Hi, today is May 14th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 742 for the year, Aquamarine Eyesore. There's an aquamarine building on Governor's Island that looks ugly and out of place. The island has some very old and charming buildings, and for some reason, a charmless aquamarine one. The next time I visit the island, I may check out the out-of-place building and ask it to explain itself, but I imagine the building will refuse. I've never known a building to explain itself to me. Maybe they have tried. Maybe I don't speak building, so I wouldn't know. So I'm not optimistic about getting to the bottom of the aquamarine eyesore on Governor's Island. Poem number 743, This is not political. This is not democracy. It is a tapestry. This is not equality. It is an envelope. This is not a republic. It is an artichoke. This is not a government. It is an electric hairdryer. This is not patriotism. It is an alcoholic beverage. This is not political. Poem number 744. This is political. The president woke up smelling like garbage. He took a shower, but he couldn't get the garbage smell off him. He brushed his teeth, but his breath still smelled like shit. He combed his hair, but his hair looked like shit. He stared at his tiny, disfigured hands. He had to pee, but he couldn't find his cock. After a breakfast that made him feel queasy and lachrymose, he took a seat behind the resolute desk to see what damage he could cause to distract people from the damage he had caused the day before. Throughout the day, sycophants in his cabinet and his party stopped by the Oval Office and praised the president while pretending that he and his breath smelled like lilacs rather than garbage and shit, while 5 or 6 Supreme Court justices perused the docket for more ways they could prop up their garbage and shit-smelling overlord. The people in his party stood by the president for the most part. They didn't smell like lilacs either. The president went to sleep that evening in a bed of manure, which made him smell a little better, but not much. The next day he would wake up still smelling like garbage and shit. Poem number 745, This is a testicle. This is a testicle. I don't know whose it was. I don't know where the other one is. I don't know what kind of animal it came from, but I expect it was a human animal. If it was a human animal, I don't know what gender the human was, but let's say that this testicle once belonged to a woman, and that she agreed to have it removed, and once it was removed, she didn't want anything further to do with this testicle. This testicle, which once was hers, is now mine. I don't know how I came to possess it. The details are at least as fuzzy as this unshaven testicle. Nor can I say why I have chosen to keep it, except that now, when people come over and they ask what that is over there on the shelf, I can take it down from the shelf and show it to them, just as I am doing right now with you, and say, this is a testicle. And the last poem of the day, poem number 746, This is a test. On television, they used to do tests of the emergency broadcast system. I don't know if they still do. Perhaps it's not necessary anymore for some reason. But I was thinking, after so many thousands of poems, that perhaps I am overdue for a test. So, for the next 60 seconds, I will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. Doot, doot, doot. Hey, what is that? Is that an emergency over there? No. If that had been an actual emergency, you would have heard official information, news, or instructions. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. Perhaps there will be another one after another few thousand poems. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.